Mikey Cota finds Andrew Rodriguez, who gets free and houses this one from 80 yards out. Odessa High stuns the Permian fans to draw first blood. And hey, check out the Spider-Man celebration there. But Mojo would not panic. Right down the field they go. And it's Jacob Garcia hitting Isaiah Welton, and the game was tied. Permian has the ball again, and Coach Ellison digs into the bag of tricks, and Isaac Herrera will throw this one to a wide open Gage Murphy, and Permian goes on top. After recovering a muffed punt, Mojo hands it to the touchdown man. Justice Laura goes right down Main Street to score, and the Panthers looked to be running away with this one. But the Broncos put a drive together that ends with a Day Green touchdown run to make it 21-14. Permian, though, they go back up 2 scores with a pass from Garcia to Luke Peridot to keep the Panthers in front. But Odessa would strike back as Cota delivers to Rodriguez again, who slips tacklers and gets to pay dirt. A wild first half ends with Permian High up 28-21. All right, as I said, an electric game, an electric atmosphere. This is what West Texas football is all about right here at historic Ratliff Stadium. Once again, the Odessa High Broncos, led by third-year head coach Dusty Ortiz, they have just beaten the Permian Panthers in overtime, 49-42. Hey, I'm sticking around. We're going to talk to a few of these Broncos. You're going to find that on our website, newswest9.com, under the Game Time tab. An unbelievable football game, Jenna. This one was one for the ages, one of the best high school football games and one of the best high school football atmospheres I have ever seen. More on newswest9.com tonight. Just an absolute roller coaster of a game. Jenna, back to you in the studio.
All right, I was not kidding when I said we had an electric slate. That game living up to all of the hype. I hope Aaron's able to catch his breath. I'm sure that adrenaline is through the roof. We're going to move it along here. It's rare that the first game of district play feels like it will determine who grabs the league crown in November. But that's what this Midland Legacy and Friendship game has been hyped up to be. Tyler Dupnick is live in Astound Broadband Stadium and is here to tell us what became of this battle between the 4-1 Rebels and the 5-0 Tigers.
Yeah, Jenna, we know we had a wild one over there at Ratliff Stadium. We'll hear it at Astound Broadband Stadium, an equally wild game. Defense was optional in the first half. It turned into an absolute track meet. Up and down the field they went. Touchdowns all around. Try to keep up with these first half highlights. Homecoming night for the Midland Legacy Rebels as State Representative Tom Craddock on hand for the honors of the coin toss. The 4-1 Rebels ready for district play, welcoming in the undefeated Friendship Tigers. Let's get right to it. First play of the game, hand off to Damian Johnson off the left side. Johnson has space. Johnson is loose, and Johnson will go the distance. 70 yards for Johnson to give the Rebels the early lead, but Friendship may be quick to answer. Hudson Hutchinson over the middle on a crossing out to Leighton Stone, sprinting down the sideline, gets a block downfield, and he dives in to tie the game at 7. Now LHS down 7, and hand off to Tommy Johnson, an easy 1-yard touchdown run. We're even at 14, but once again LHS now down 7, 21-14. Marcos Davila going deep, an effortless 43-yard touchdown pass to Breck Stevens to tie the game at 21. We're still tied at this point. It's a Wildcat formation on 4th and 2, and the rush for Gilbert Hernandez, an easy 16-yard touchdown run to regain the lead. Friendship, though, they just kept firing. Hutchinson over the middle to Chase Campbell. That's a touchdown from 27 yards out, 28-28. Here's Davila finding a wide open Stevens this time. Back and forth they go. It's 35-35 at halftime after a late Friendship touchdown. Final score tonight, 63-56. Midland Legacy with the win over Friendship. An absolute crazy finish. Marcos Davila with 18 seconds left found Jordan Williams for the touchdown to win the game. Unbelievable finish. I got goosebumps watching. The crowd went crazy. And also, I know a defense was optional. We had a turnover on downs. I'm going to go catch up with everybody after this game. We'll have a whole lot more on newswest9.com and on Twitter next and Facebook. Jenna, what a wild one.
Well, it sounds like the place to be after you finish up here with us is NewsWest9.com on our Game Time tab, wrapping up the district. Midland High and San Angelo Central played yesterday night for a Thursday night football clash to kick off league play. And the rushing attack from MHS dominated once again. Bulldogs trample over San Angelo Central 45-27 to move to 6-0 for the first time since 2010. This was also the first time in a long time that Midland High tops Central MHS, now 1-0 in district. All right, everyone, take a deep breath. Coming up next, we'll keep the ball rolling through district action around the basin. More highlights and reports coming your way.
We're the Odessa High Broncos, and you're watching Game Time on NewsWest 9.
Check. One more time on the mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the mic check.
Welcome back to week 7 of Game Time, where we're all about district play. Let's jump right back in. All right, so we have a game between Monahans and Pecos. The Lobos perfect through the first stretch of this game, but it's district play, and we're going to check in with our reporter over here, and we're going to check out the game with Jason Freund. It's going to be tough for the Eagles to pull off the upset, but Jason has the answer on whether or not they were able to do just that. Jason?
All right, well, Jenna, the Eagles were able to put up quite a solid fight against Monahans, but Monahans was just a little bit too much for Pecos to handle, and they will be remaining undefeated on the season. Now, so far, to start off this game started off with quite a bit of a bang, starting off with 2 touchdowns on both the teams' opening drives. Then it kind of slowed to a bit of a war of attrition after those opening salvos. However, Monahans was able to break the stalemate in the second quarter with a couple trips to the end zone, as you'll see in these highlights. Pecos Eagles storming the field, ready to defend home turf against an undefeated Monahans Lobos squad who are trying to keep it rolling. First score goes to the Lobos. Jet sweep handoff to senior Ben Cardova. Eats a shoulder, but he gets the touchdown. It's a little extracurricular activity after the play. Pecos won't just roll over at the 1-yard line. Johnny Morales bulldozes into the end zone, lets out a yell, and we got ourselves a 7-7 ball game. Fast forward to the second quarter, Lobos in shotgun, handoff to Cole Pittman. The big men are going to clear a path, and Pittman's speed is going to handle the rest. He's got a touchdown, and Monahans has a 14-7 lead. But the Lobos aren't done yet. Gino Navarrete wants to go deep, and Nathan Wessels looking like a center fielder with the tracking and the picture-perfect snag over an Eagle defender, and yeah, he's feeling it right now. 44-yard touchdown makes it a 21-7 game. Pecos, though, refuses to bend the knee. That's Rudy Quintela, who found the open hole, is going to gash the Lobos. Nobody is going to come close to him. Reach for the sky, Rudy. You just scored a huge touchdown. Even after the big rush, Monahans will put up a couple more touchdowns, and it would make it 35-13 at the half. Monahan senior quarterback Chino Navarrete, big win for you guys today. Just what was working for you guys today on the offense right now?
The run game was going really well, and we connected on some deep balls. So it was really good for us. The line did a great job blocking and giving us what we needed. So.
Now, Monahans would let off the gas a little bit in the second half after dropping another couple touchdowns. They'll look to keep up the momentum next week as they take on Fort Stockton. Pecos will be staying right here, though, as they welcome Friendship to the confines of Eagle Stadium. Back to you guys, Jenna.
Thanks, Jason. The battle of the undefeated in district play tonight between Crane and Alpine. Only one can stay unbeaten. This would be a low-scoring affair early, but the Golden Cranes strike first. Tyson Brents fakes the handoff and takes it in himself for the 7-0 lead in the first quarter. The Bucks have an answer, though. Also on the ground, Logan Smith fights his way across the goal line to knock this game up at 7 apiece. And then in the second frame, and the visitors are on the move. Again, Trey Larson's going to break a few tackles. Looks like a nice run, but then, oh no, he loses the football. Eden Lujan rips the ball away, and Alpine recovers right before the break. Crane would storm back in the second half, pulling away to victory 39-7.
You know, we got a turnover early, a pick six that helped get some momentum back. I think for whatever reason we come out a little bit tight. I think our kids might have been trying too hard, trying to win the game one or two plays, and so we didn't execute very well. But halftime, there wasn't a ton of adjustments to make. We just had to play better. And, I feel like our kids come out a little more energy and just got after it better in the second half.
And state-ranked Wink hosted its second district game tonight with the Braves from Ira Ann looking to shock the Wildcats. The visiting Ira Ann came into tonight just above 500, this serving as this team's league opener. Ira Ann finds themselves in the red zone, but ready to punctuate the drive, but it's the Wink defense that holds up with a goal line stand. The turnover on downs turns into points for the home team. Jeremiah Gallardo finds the open space and trots for the touchdown and the 14-0 lead. The Wildcats continue to keep their foot in the gas, winning 34-7. All right, coming up next, we'll check in on six-man action around the basin.
We're the Pecos Eagles, and you're watching Game Time on NewsWest 9. Let's go, Eagles!
Welcome back to week 7 of Game Time. It's time to take a journey through some notable six-man games here in Midland. Our first six-man game brings us to a battle between Midland TLCA and Marfa for their district opener. The Shorthorns have been dominant this season, opening with a 5-1 record with the Eagles sitting just under 500. The visitors get off to an explosive start. Alejandro Rodriguez launches an absolute dime to Aiden Alvarez, who climbs up the ladder to secure the massive pickup. Inside the red zone, Marfa cashes in on the double reverse. It almost goes wrong, but Zach Wilson is going to find pay dirt. Shorthorns on the drive again. Rodriguez tosses up another 50-50 ball, but this time it's Midland TLCA's Dakota Green who snags the INT with a nice little return on the back end. That sets up the offense, and Green finishes the job with the score. We're still looking for the final score of this one, but in the fourth quarter it was 33-12. And Midland Trinity continued its district stretch against Fort Worth Covenant Classical, looking to peak above 500. First quarter game tied at 0. The Chargers offense gets a boost from a connection between Andrew McWilliams and Hans Mortson. Home team just inside the red zone, but the attack would stall out on 4th and goal. Jude Varner taken down just short, and it would be a turnover on downs. The Cavaliers would take over and march down the field to score, and really never looked back. This one, 46-0. All right, coming up next, you know what this seat means. It's time to look back on the best plays of the night with top plays. Stick around.
We're the Wink Wildcats, and you're watching Game Time on NewsWest 9. Go Cats! Yeah, let's go, big boys! Number 1! Come on, Cats!
The start of district play heightens almost everything, and that's no exception for our Week 7 of top plays. It's the best of the best. Let's hop in. Starting over at the game at Ratliff, Mikey Cota perfectly threads the needle and is going to avoid the interception and hits Andrew Rodriguez right in the numbers, and the sophomore takes it the distance. A couple of former top play winners nominated again this week in Week 7. It's a connection between Chino Navarrete and Nathan Wessels. The receiver shifts his body and locates this pass for the score. Defense enters the conversation here out in Alpine. It's going to be Eden Lujan that jars the ball loose and forces the big-time turnover before the half. And then finally, in six-man football, Alejandro Rodriguez fires this bomb down the field, and it's Aiden Alvarez that pinpoints the pass inside the red zone. That's going to wrap up what we have today for Game Time, and you're going to check out everything we covered tonight on our website on the NewsWest 9 Game Time tab.